Right, so the plan I have for today is I'm going to take Regis from the Hellknights and do a stopover in the chapel there and deal with my soul and maybe do that thing Ember needs us for with her followers. First, what's going on the campaign map here? Several soldiers returned from the battlefield poisoned. The alchemists claim their bodies contain a unique poison. It must be extracted along with the blood because the poison will be ruined after the person's death. The healers, however, are asking Ember to give his victims a chance to be saved. Well, I'm gonna sacrifice soldiers just to get some stupid poison, people. Come on now. Beat soldiers. Healers were able to save the afflicted. Soldiers were glad for their comrades' recovery. I'm kind of under strength as far as manpower is concerned anyway. Lost Chapel. I think it was over here, wasn't it? We... And all sparkly. Aha. You continue to be stubborn. I must offer you one final chance. Step back, regain your power, stop maiming your own soul. All my reasoning fails to persuade you, I'm willing to offer you a gift of unique artifacts from my personal collection. You'll never find their equal anywhere. Shinies? This Rolex watch at $99 value. Do I make some smart-ass reply or just move forward? I'll be stoic here. Rayla attempts to say something else, but just purses her lips and looks at you with cold fury and strangely alarmed. Then she disappears without a word. This is where Hellknights fell. The memory of the dawn over the lost chapel rises before your eyes. Suddenly a sharp pain grips your heart, and the same ghostly creature appears before you, like the one that attacked you in Dresden. But this time, there are more of them, and they seem fully formed, more solid, and filled with angry desperation. These things are inside of me, why can't I fight as good as them? I mean, really now. Unbelievable. We're most whiny or whiny.
Retreat is not an option! Forward!
I'm not fooling around this time, I'm just gonna blast them. Sure. Look at land, seriously just standing there finger the phone. What a useless twat. Stupid. We're all stupid. And he was not even attacking me, stupid ass.
You won't survive me.
Surrender or else!
I'm wounded.
Ghostly creature that you fought is convulsing its death throes and whispering indistinctly. Who are you? Who are you, my enemy? Why are you trying to kill me? Why? Why? More like, who are you and living inside me? Creature does not answer, uttering its refrain. Who are you? Why? Once more. It disappears like smoke in the wind. All we are is dusting. Awareness is dawning in your heart. You are approaching the end of your path, the direction, the focal point, the place where it all began and where it must end. That place is the Grey Garrison. Really?
let us be off.
They had a lot of nerve asking me to prove myself after the stunt they pulled. The Hellknight outpost welcomes you with a sharp and inhospitable silence. Tall figures in black, imposing armor tower over you. There are no threats or greetings, nothing at all. Beagle takes its place in the formation near the Paralictors Renth, Tai, and Deothan. But slightly ahead of them, there is barely noticeable shift in his posture and demeanor. It's almost like he is getting ready to perform a wearisome and unpleasant task. You all know why we are gathered here today. The Order's emissaries will hear the results of my investigation of the actions of the individual known as the Commander of the Fifth Crusade, as well as decide the fate of said individual. Oh. You're gonna put me on trial? In a way, we have a problem requiring a solution. We shall solve it one way or another. The Orders need to know whether or not you can be trusted. I will coordinate the tribunal as someone who knows the facts better than the rest. Okay. I am of lawful alignment, so I'll say fine. Hear what you have to say. I will state the facts. They are known to me. You reserve the right to speak in your own defense. I will start with the main reason for today's assembly. The source of the Commander's supernatural powers has been hidden from us until recently, but now it is clear. The emergence of these abilities was caused by Arilu Vorlesh, a criminal and an enemy that unequivocally and unconditionally must be destroyed. Whether the Commander and her associate or an involuntary tool is yet to be determined. I'm neither. I neither cooperate nor obey her. What? Oral testimony is insufficient in matters of such gravity. Let us continue. Aside from the source of the power, there is also the matter of its application. Commander partially managed to overcome the destructive nature of his inherited powers. Unfortunately, he then went to a different extreme and displayed excessive virtue. Excess is a flaw, though not an excusable one. I'll stay silent. We must also scrutinize Commander's temperament. Main question of interest to us was whether we could rely on such an ally. What if he became a puppet in the hands of our enemies? To determine this, I took the liberty of staging a test that featured several treacherous demons. The result of this test was exceptional. The Commander is capable of seeing through demonic deception and can successfully resist their tricks, if he wishes to. Say nothing. Enough! Paralictor Amunos Renth raises his hand, calling for silence. He and the other Paralictors exchange glances. They nod in turn. We have seen and heard enough. The verdict is clear. What we have heard is sufficient to conclude the accusations of the Commander are unsubstantiated. We have no reason to suspect our ally of treason or associating with Arilu Vorlesh. From now on, the Orders are prepared to provide all possible assistance to the Fifth Crusade. Rigo listens very closely, sometimes nodding in accordance to the words of his fellow collector, and states in a wary and disagreeable voice, I disagree and officially dispute this decision. Do you intend to maintain your cooperation with the individual known as the Commander of the Fifth Crusade? Even after everything you have heard? Unbelievable. This stupid and perfidious decision puts you on the same page with the demonic lackey we have been discussing. Paralictor Durang is absolutely correct. Nobody has better knowledge or more in-depth experience in matter than him. Durang, that's enough. We are not going to argue like cantankerous old men can. This decision is final, and you know that you have no means to dispute it. This is correct, I do not, but I have a different way of correcting your stupid, childish mistake. I hereby challenge you to a duel, Commander. This is irresponsible of you, Durang. but lawful. I cannot interfere, even though I very much want to. The orders refuse to support you, and you are making a fool of yourself to soothe your wounded pride. Such behavior is not befitting of a paralictor. Fine, I'll do you. Clear the room and make the necessary preparations. Declare the start of the duel. May justice be done. Dude, I gave myself the best gear here.
We won't falter!
That was embarrassing. Enough of this farce and petty squabbling. The verdict has been passed and is not subject to appeal. The Hell Knight orders have no complaints against the Fifth Crusade or its commander. Indeed, we are now confident we can completely trust you, Commander, from this moment. Not only will the Hell Knights continue fighting in the World Wound as allies to Crusaders, we shall also put our elite squads under your command. The World Wound must be closed, and we will assist you to the best of our ability. We also apologize for the actions of Paralictor Regal Durang. He has overstepped his bounds and made a number of questionable decisions that make us doubt his competence. He is henceforth removed from command of his chapter and stripped of his Paralictor rank, pending further orders of Godclaw headquarters. His expressionless face is impossible to read. He appears to be unfazed as always, simply shrugs in response to Amios's words. There will be no further misunderstanding between us. There won't be, Commander. The purpose of his council was to eliminate them. We no longer Paralictor does not want to make a sound, but instead casts a quick glance that lets you know he'd like to speak in private. I bet he would.
I believe I owe you an explanation, Knight Commander.
I could rip his head off if I wanted, but I'm listening.
First, I'd like to paint you a picture of the situation I found myself in shortly before we met. I was one of the first to receive the information about an individual, supposedly chosen by the gods, who appeared in Canopus. This message was followed by the news that the Queen of Mendev had appointed this person as the commander of the new crusade. The orders reacted in every conceivable way. I imagine that you and anything even remotely related to you was being discussed in every corner of every Hellknight citadel. I did not have to be present to imagine the words spoken and the suggestions offered, nor the chaos. The orders often cannot agree, even among themselves. Anticipating the upcoming arguments, I submitted a petition and volunteered to attach myself to the new commander in order to assess his leadership and discover the true nature of his powers. But a good strategist looks far into the future. The role I gave myself was just the beginning. I watched and prepared contingency plans for every potential turn of events, such as if you turned out to be a menace that must be destroyed, or if you turned out to be a valuable asset and our best hope of triumphing over the abyssal host, an ally who must be supported, no matter the cost. I have been a Hell Knight for most of my life. I know the orders like the back of my hand. All our might, determination, and glory, as well as our weaknesses. Unfortunately, it was clear that not all of us would appreciate the tremendous potential of such an important piece showing up on the board. I I could write dozens of reports, give you the most stellar of testimonies, and that still wouldn't be enough to convince the skeptics.
What would your honest opinion of me be in these reports?
I believe you are our best chance of healing the world wound once and for all. There is more. I see you not as a tool or a game piece, but as an ally. And a commander with great leadership potential. Which is why it is so important to remove the division between you and the Orders.
What would the consequences of the Hellknights' disapproval be?
For you, the worst-case scenario would have involved a war on two fronts. Having said that, I do not think things would have gotten that far. You have proven yourself to be an ally to the entire world, not a threat to it. Still, even the loss of support from the Hellknights, or the hostility of individual highly aggressive orders, could have cost your crusade dearly. I wanted to avoid that crisis.
Indeed.
Only a military tribunal would be able to resolve the issues between the Crusade commander and the Hellknights. As formal a hearing as possible, to assure the Orders they had considered the case and had the chance to pronounce a verdict. The occasion also called for a sacrifice. A symbolic victim would reinforce the impression of a successful trial and a unanimous decision. Nothing bolsters the reputation of the accused like the public humiliation of their accuser. I was the obvious choice for the role.
He sacrificed his career for me. I'm touched.
So I organized this tribunal and did my best to ensure that the Paralictors arrived at the only correct decision, given the circumstances. Of course, this meant that my reputation would be destroyed, and I would be stripped of my rank. But that's inconsequential. Such losses are acceptable. I make no great fuss about the bleaching, but I do realize the full scope of its effects. The Fifth Crusade is quite possibly my last campaign. The pressures of time push people to extreme measures, and I am no exception. My aim was more than simply to prevent the Hellknights from rallying against you. I wanted to strengthen your alliance, to give you a powerful army, a strong asset in the confrontation with the Abyssal host. My gambit was successful. I am satisfied.
Bleaching. That's something that happens to gnomes when they get old. It does not refer to Regal bleaching his anus, as I first thought. Oh man, I appreciate your sacrifice.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. I did what had to be done. Now that we are entirely clear, let us return to the main objective. I still hope to see the matter of the world wound resolved once and for all.
Wrecking Devil. Two-handed. What's hammer? Okay, I like what I see. I see them, look, there they are. A demon, and Toil is there too, standing right in front of him. He doesn't seem scared at all. Bring them to me, Lord Baphomet will be pleased, especially after he sees the blood of the apostates. Yes, almighty Asgarod, did you really think you could walk away from the cult? You belong to us forever. No one will save you now, not gods, not people, not even your weak little preacher. They're quarreling again. Why do some good people understand things when they're explained, but others don't? She seems angry the first time. Let's go over there, Durden. Hurry! The redeemed knights can't hold out for long. They need our help. And those stupid Templars, how can make them see they are wrong? Still hope to persuade the Templars to repent? Maybe not, but it seems good people just don't understand good words. Sparks flicker in her eyes, and small flames dance on the tips of her fingers. You can't help but shudder as you realize how formidable this fragile elven girl has suddenly become. Forward, slaves of Baphomet! Prove to the Master that you are worthy to serve him. Hold on, redeemed. Don't take a single step back. We have no right to lose this battle. Give up, we're on our way.
You require my unbiased opinion?
Search for the beauty with your heart,
Adventures
not your
await.
eyes. Let me help.
Tell me, and I'll do it.
Are we in trouble yet?
This is my path.
Oh, Lord Baphomet, smite those pitiful freaks. We're the pathetic ones. Run now as fast as you can and save yourselves while you're still able, or Baphomet will not save you. They say the righteous have endless patience, but you still manage to anger her. Better run now. Where goes Baphomet? We renounce Baphomet.
Make every strike count.
Lunchtime. Let's dine on mortal flesh. Oh, hello. I remember you. We met in the Purple City. How are your wounds? All healed up? It's that lunatic from Elishinra. Remember that crazy mortal who preached to us? Yeah, it's her, alright. You know what? Go ahead and slit my throat, eat me, do whatever. But I'm not gonna kill her. I don't know how to respond to that. She's right, you know. What's the point of this never-ending slaughter? Keep fighting the whole world if you want, but I'm done. Screw this invasion, screw the world wound, and screw Baphomet twice over. My thoughts exactly. Madness. Stroke madness. I've lost her words. I will not allow that to stop me from writing up a report. Are you crazy? I'm gonna make you wish you never said that. Go on then, kill me. Life in the abyss is no life at all. The girl was right. Better to live 5 minutes among mortals and return there with you, scum. Peace with mortals, down with Baphomet. Friends, thank you. Will not anyone hurt you. Thank you, little preacher, for opening our eyes. Well, who wants to be the first to attack the Demon Crusader?
We cannot be defeated!
You should have listened to reason.
We won't falter! Retreat is not an option! You are nothing! Strike with all your might!
It was so much easier that time. Coming with us? That's enough! The elves threw some shout echoes over the battlefield. All present, Crusaders, Templars, even demons, lower their weapons and turn in surprise. Enough of this nonsense. I've talked about goodness for so long, over and over. I told them that all mortals should help each other, and they believed me. Some received my words, passed them on to others, and it was enough to open their eyes. But you, points the Templars, were blind and deaf to good words. Some people do not understand good words. I do not want to believe it. Commander was right. Some people will not change their ways unless they are punished. I am sorry to have to do this to you. If only you had listened to me before. Forgive us, girl. Forgive us. We didn't know what we were doing. Don't listen to this mortal fool. Bring me her head. Brave demon you've lost. One belongs to Lord Baphomet. I'll never leave this place. Come on, does anyone need to repeat my orders? I'll devour the soul of anyone who dares raise a weapon against me. Start with the traitors. I will no longer serve you. Curse you and your Baphomet. Down with Baphomet. Down with the Templars. If we die today, we die as Crusaders. I will devour your bodies and souls, and I'll start with this little piece of fluff. With a baleful glare at Ember, a demon raises his hands. A ball of ghostly flame starts to form between them. Get your paws off her, you scaly filth. Emerging from nowhere, Nocticula moves a finger, and the demon starts writhing in pain. She glances around the battlefield with interest. So what do we have here? The preaching of a barefoot little beggar stops for a battle, makes sinners repent, and turns demons to the side of good? How very interesting. I confess, girl, your words failed to impress me in Elishinra, but your deeds, they were intriguing. Hey, you rebels! What does this mean? Do you fear this tiny mortal more than Baphomet, Discari, and all the other demons of the Abyss who will be displeased by your betrayal? No, Lady in Shadow. Not afraid of her or them. We're no longer afraid of anything. We've been afraid our entire lives, but this mortal girl has healed our fear. Kill us if you want, but we'll no longer follow anyone's orders. It's not often I come across things I do not understand. Would you be so kind as to explain what this girl thinks she's doing? She already explained everything to you. Remember what she said the last time you met? Recall a great deal of crying and sniffling, with some incoherent rambling between the sobs. What exactly was I supposed to explain to me? You there, child. What is all this supposed to mean? How do you make these hardened scoundrels, these blasphemers and murderers with blood dripping from their hands, repent? What makes even demons who've scarcely crawled out of the abyss take your side? Redeemer Queen, hello, thank you for protecting me. Why are you asking? You already know the answer. You're just afraid to accept it. Don't be afraid. What nonsense. First, don't dare call me by that idiotic nickname. Second, I am afraid of nothing. Third, please do not think of me as your personal bodyguard from now on. The only reason I didn't allow you to burn you was because I wanted to understand what's going on here, and interrogating a pile of ashes would be a trifle inconvenient. You don't seriously think your sickly sweet whining would make me relinquish my demon throne, do you? You already know the answer, Redeemer Queen. I see you are not the same as you were in the Purple City. You have changed. In the name of all that is unholy, what was I thinking? What kind of answers could I expect from this feeble-minded creature? What's your new title, Redeemer Queen? Next person who calls me that risks being acquainted with my collection of torture implements. Why did you come here? I asked myself the same question. I think I wanted to understand why hardened murderers and bloodthirsty demons suddenly started eating out of this insane beggar's hand. But what's the use in trying to understand the ravings of a lunatic? Oh, the only reward for my curiosity was a headache. Well, since you're here, do you want to help us win the battle? As if, do your own fighting. Good queen, she pretends not to understand, but she understands everything. Looks like everyone's brains have already been melted. Doesn't matter. I alone am strong enough to devour you all. Glory to Baphomet, death to mortals. Says he alone, but he has like... what is this? He's like 5 other guys with him.
Kneel before me.
Sure.
One hour later.
Didn't work though.
Wounded. Retreat is not an option. You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Did you see that?
Surrender or else.
Oh,
Too many fatalities.
Kneel before me.
no, 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 no.
This is lacking. You are lacking.
You finally done there?
You won't survive me.
Teacher like soul. Fucking no. They don't even. We finally did it!
It all worked out so strangely. We've killed many people. We've saved many people. These knights came here to kill each other, but instead, they became friends.
And now they're dead.
I'm so sorry I had to punish them. I didn't want anyone to be good only because they feared punishment. And I don't want people to be afraid of me. But what else could I do if they wouldn't listen to me and kept fighting and everyone would die? Turns out, punishment saved them. You told me it was true, and I didn't believe you, but you were right. And those demons, back in the Purple City, they laughed at my words, but I saw they were listening. I believed they would one day remember my words and understand them. And it happened. If humans can stop being evil, so can demons. Even demon lords like the Redeemer Queen.
Think Nauticula's going good now?
Of course. She is very proud. She'd never say it out loud. But I see that she has changed. You know, I pray to the demon lords every day and ask them to come to their senses. Daskari and Baphomet don't listen to me, but she's different. I know she hears everything. Maybe one day, not soon, but one day, she will get out of the abyss.
What will happen to Redeemed Brotherhood next?
Their numbers will increase. They will be joined by new people who have mended their ways. Good people who still think they have been abandoned and have no choice but to be evil. They'll help each other get out of the abyss, and they'll defeat those who have chosen to stay there. The Redeemed Knights want me to go with them, to teach and guide them. But I can't. I frightened these good people. I did it because I had to, but now they're scared of me. And I don't want anyone to be afraid of me. I know that sometimes fear can save someone's soul, but if I get used to frightening people, it will kill my soul. I need to stay away from them.
What kind of fire spell did you use? Why didn't you use it before?
This trick? Soot told me about it, but I didn't want to use it. It's scary. Even I'm scared when I do it. I'm sorry I had to. But if I hadn't scared those good people, we would have had to kill them all, wouldn't we? If people weren't so silly, we could have just talked to them. But they are very, very silly.
Silly.
So sometimes we have to do scary things.
Well, that's another battle behind us. It's time to prepare for the ones ahead.
Wait, what do you think? About me? About these knights? About everything that's happened?
We're going to call you Saint Ember and Ember the Righteous.
Now you're saying that too. But I know I'm entirely ordinary. You've taught me a lot of things. Sometimes you were stern, but that's a good thing. Because you were right and I was wrong. Now I also know how to be stern when it's needed. Thank you.
Now, let's get to looting. Only lost here. First play +2, disappointing so far. What? Gotta be more than that. What's this? Oh, I can't believe that. What a jip. Super powered demon from hell and use carries like crappy +2 shit. All that. Well, guys, as you can see, it's getting dark now, so I guess I'll call it there. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you later. Bye bye.